Yo, what is going on, you guys? AC Entertainment here, back with another video. And today we're going to be doing a Royal Rumble match. It'll be 10 men and women combined that were my least favorite superstars from this year. I will explain why some of them were my least favorite. Doesn't necessarily mean that they were the worst, but it's just a personal opinion. So if you guys agree, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, also let me know. Let me know who your guys' least favorite superstars of the year was. This is just based off of 2025 as well. And coming out first, we've got Brock Lesnar. I mean, he always makes these returns. And a lot of people go crazy. Some people don't go crazy. I'm one of the people that don't really go crazy for him. I think it's time for him to leave, and I do think he's retiring in 2026, you know. The best thing that happened with Brock Lesnar was when he fell down on his ass on a Monday Night Raw, and he got up and he just basically laughed it off and tried playing it off. So I did enjoy seeing a little bit of character from Brock with that, and I wish they would do a little bit more with that. I get he's supposed to be this dominant, badass dude, but when they let Brock actually show a little bit of character, I kind of actually enjoy watching him, but you don't get that too much from Brock, so that's one reason. It's just, he's never really been one of the guys where I'm, like, huge on, especially when he, like, goes away for a while and then just comes back whenever he pleases. So that's why I made the list. Let's see who's next. And alrighty, coming out next, we've got Julia. Julia making the list simply. Isn't even really her fault. One of the main reasons that she's made the list is simply because they don't know how to book her on the main roster. They gave her the Women's United States Championship and then didn't really do shit with her. I mean, that's the nicest way to put it, in my opinion. They had her come up to the main roster after looking dominant in NXT, and just, she really didn't do much as the United States champion over on SmackDown. I don't know why they can't do just as good on SmackDown with their mid-card women's championship as they do on Monday Night Raw. Because even like Maxine Dupree with the Intercontinental Championship on Raw already feels like she's done way more than anyone has with that Women's United States title, in my opinion. And that's not even a knock to the women that have held the championship. It's just they don't get booked great. We'll jump right into the match now. Alrighty. And Brock's already showing off. But either way, not really going to be talking too much about the match. It's just me going over my least favorite people. And like I said, this is something that can easily change next year. These people could go from my least favorite to some of my favorites. And like I said, there's going to be different reasons. Julia isn't even not the point that I don't like her. It's just simply I didn't like how she was booked in 2025 once she got to the main roster. Coming out next, we got an NXT guy. We got Channing Stacks Lorenzo. And this man went from someone that turned on Tony D'Angelo, and I thought they were going to do something really cool with them, and they kind of acted like they did. And then all of a sudden now he's just teaming up with his girlfriend, Ariana Grace. I'm pretty sure it's what her name is. And it's like, how do you go from turning on the main dude in the family and now all of a sudden you're just teaming with your girl? Nothing, like, it doesn't matter anymore. They just made him basically a no one all of a sudden. Coming in at number 4, we had Tiffany Stratton. Just a disappointing 2025. I think she's like top 3 for just not really one of my favorites this year. I know she can go in the ring, but man, she had some stinkers for some matches. And I get it's not all on her, but there were a few that just was not good whatsoever. I think my favorite match from Tiffany Stratton that comes to the top of my head is her and Trish Stratus. And it was like maybe an 8-minute match, if that. that was probably Tiffany Stratton's best match that I can think of right away. Nikki Bella just came out. She just keeps getting title shot after title shot, even though I don't even know the last time she's won a match, to be honest. I mean, she's lost to Roxanne Perez, she's lost to all these people, and then she turns on Stephanie Vaquera, so she gets a title match, and that match was mediocre at War Games. The match against Becky Lynch, let's talk about that world title match. That was horrific. Nikki Bella just doesn't do it for me. Tama Tonga always seems to be a fan favorite. Whoops, we gotta pause it because I forgot about that. Hold up, my bad. I don't wanna. There we. Huh? All right, there we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Had to change that really quick. But Tama Tonga, like I was saying, I never got the hype behind him and Tonga Loa really. But to make things worse, now he's not even teaming up with Tonga Loa. It seems like he's got his eyes set on the United States title. There's no way in hell that man is a legit dude to go after Ilya Dragunov in that United States title. Like, if he takes it off of him, I will actually be so disappointed. B-Fab just entering the match. I feel like B-Fab's like the weird one in this one, because really there's nothing that I dislike about her. It's just she's always, it feels like the person that gets thrown to whoever wins the world championship first. Like, she's one of the first women to get thrown at the champion just to get ate alive and do absolutely nothing. Thea Hale coming in next, another NXT superstar. Now she is your current Women's North American champion. I don't know how many of you guys actually watch NXT, but a little bit of a botch there between her and Blake Monroe. I don't think it was on purpose. There's people on the internet being like, oh, she went into business for herself. I very seriously doubt Thea Hale did that. And Thea Hale's someone that I kind of don't like to have to put on this list, because I actually am rooting for her. I'm rooting for everyone, actually. I don't want anyone to not be entertaining or anything, but she just has this character that just isn't any good, really. She's just like crazy. She just runs around and puts in Kimura locks on people, and it's just not something I'm digging. Like, I don't know. It's just not for me. I hope they actually find something cool with Thea Hale, because when she first returned and she got the new different theme song and she didn't go to Chase You, I was all for it, but then it was just, I don't know, it's like she's just like did like smelling salts or something. Like, she just did a bunch of smelling salts and she's just running around and going insane. I'm not a fan of Thea Hale with that stuff. And she just went for a senton there, springboard senton, which is the move that put Blake Monroe away. But yeah, no, there will be a few NXT, I think those might be the only two. There might be one more NXT superstar. Oh, there is one more NXT superstar, actually, now that I think of it. So some NXT guys getting, showed. And this isn't going to be the only video we do like this. I will have a favorites, and I'll do a video on my favorite men and my favorite women superstars of 2025. Coming out next, Jey Uso. And I'm just kind of waiting for Jey Uso to honestly turn heel at this point. I think once Jey Uso does fully turn heel, I think I will love the character more. Right now, I'm sick of this just, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet, not feeling it no more. I'm sorry. Like, when you're in the crowd of it, I get it. It's fun to do. I 110% agree with that. But when you're watching it, it gets quite annoying. And why the hell did he make Gunther, of all people, tap out at WrestleMania? Another horrific thing. And coming out last but not least, Joe Hendry, like I said, the last NXT superstar. And I just don't get it. Like, I haven't seen a lot of his matches, but from the matches that I have seen, I've never really understood the hype behind the guy. Once again, I feel like he kind of falls under like a Jey Uso character. He's someone that is probably more for the kids, and you know, nothing wrong with that at all. Like, I do think at the end of the day, I want to see kids more happy than anything, but I also want to be happy, you know, watching. But Joe Hendry, man, we got him versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania in like a 3-minute match. Like, I understand we weren't going to get a match that was going to probably live up to the hype of Randy and Kevin Owens, but you could have gave us Randy Orton and Carmelo Hayes. You could have gave us Randy Orton, and I think Aleister Black was technically with the company at the time. They just didn't have him make his return yet. You could have gave us Randy Orton and Solo Sikoa. I understand it doesn't sound like the hottest match, but at least they've got history. Instead, you give us a 3-minute match between Joe Hendry and Randy Orton because you want to have a viral moment because he's a TNA superstar at the time and you want him to be at Mania. I don't know. To me, that, like, I get it from a business standpoint, but it's also just really lame. In my opinion, it's really boring. And I was never a huge guy for Joe Hendry. But, I mean, just kind of talking about the people in the ring still, I guess. Well, Tiffany's out of the match now. I was going to talk more about Stratton, but I think Stratton's someone that will definitely not be on a list next year if this is something that I continue to do a yearly thing of. I don't think all these people will necessarily make it back to the list. And that, at the end of the day, I don't want someone to make it multiple years in a row because then that's a problem. If Jey Uso turns heel, I think he will turn heel by 2026 sometime, and I think he'll be pretty damn good at it. And I think heel Jey Uso will be great. Tiffany Stratton, I think she'll have better matches. Maybe she goes on another title reign, maybe as like a mid-card champion, or maybe they put the world title back on her. I don't know. All for either one. Tama Tonga, to be completely honest, no idea what they're going to do with him. I'm just never really been huge on Tama Tonga or Tonga Loa, honestly. Like, and the fact that they're putting this dude, like, even teasing the fact that he might be a United States champion is just, it's diabolical to me. Like, there's a few people that I would be cool with winning it. He is definitely not one of them. My favorite to win the United States Championship from Ilya would be Carmelo Hayes, but like if an Aleister Black won, I'd be cool with that. You know, there's certain people that I'd be cool with winning it, but just Tama Tonga, like I said, winning that match, or winning a United States title, to me, just, that is not it, man. And Jey Uso, like I said, he is just, I don't know, like, I know a lot of people give him a hard time for his, you know, wrestling ability, but at the end of the day, dude, these guys are here for a reason. I'm not someone that will usually try going after someone in their wrestling ability. Like, I might joke about it, but at the end of the day, he's part of one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And, you know, he's not an awful wrestler. Do I think that he should probably take the spear away? Probably. Maybe not do the spear so much. I'm not a huge fan of that. I mean, but it's just, I don't know. Jey Uso, like I said it earlier in the video, but him winning against Gunther, I expected that to happen, but him making Gunther tap out was just one of the worst booking decisions of 2025. Like, genuinely, I don't even know, like, has Jey Uso ever made someone actually tap out for a victory before that? Like, and that's not, like, I'm not even trying to troll, I genuinely don't know. Like, Gunther should have been pinned in that match. Because let's be real, like I said, Jey Uso was winning that match, no doubt. We knew that. Once he won at the Royal Rumble, we knew Jey Uso was beating Gunther. At least that's how I felt. And I don't even think Jey Uso winning the Rumble was a bad decision. I thought it was actually fun and entertaining. But he doesn't win this Rumble match. Brock Lesnar does. But yeah, either way, that was just supposed to be a fun, quick little video of my least favorite superstars of 2025. Obviously, like I said, that can easily change within a year. I don't think when you're thinking of wrestlers and you're thinking, oh, that's one of my least favorite superstars, it doesn't always stay that way. And an example of mine that I can give is I used to not really be the biggest fan of Becky Lynch. Now, this year, 2025, Becky Lynch has been one of the best female wrestlers, in my opinion, in the WWE. So, I mean, like I said, I will have a video of my most favorite women wrestlers, and then a video of my most favorite men wrestlers of 2025. And like I said, I'm just basing it off, the 2025 year. But that will do it for this video. Like I said, hoping that no one makes it back on this list next year. If I do come back to make another list, don't want to see people making, a list that is bad, I guess, 2 years in a row. I want to see people improve, whether it's their character, their in-ring stuff, whatever it might be. I mean, with Tiffany Stratton, I feel like she won't be back on this list. I think she'll have a better 2026. Her title reign was so lackluster and it wasn't good, and that's not something you expect from a talent like Tiffany Stratton, because she's good in the ring, she can go, and that she can have a pretty good character too. But when they, have her come out and she just says it's Tiffy time all the time, eventually it gets a little old. I understand that's her thing, and yes, go ahead and be able to say it, but give us something more. I don't know. But either way, I do hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you guys do know when I post videos. And comment down below, like I said. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. And give me your list of your your least favorite superstars of 2025 in the WWE, and let me know why those are some of your least favorite superstars. And we will see you in the next video, and until then, AC Entertainment is out. Peace.